Boys, it is, all right, Tuesday night. I got a stain on here. I think that's ice cream. All right. What I want you to look at is look at this Wrightstown O-line prep Eric just shared with you tonight. So what he found interesting was how different their defense looks from this year to last year. Still the same idea, right? Like a 43. But last year they had those big bodies and they just kept everything in front and they just played hands to the man and they let everything happen in front of them and they cross-faced and they got to the ball. This year it looks a little bit different. It looks like a lot more stunting and a lot more blitzing. Okay, so there's going to be like tackle end exchanges and then end tackle exchanges. So ETX, end first, tackle second. Tex, tackle first, end second. NTX, nose first, tackle second. Okay, so there's stunts in the middle. There's stunts on the ends. So why are they doing this? I think it's because they're a different defense. So if you looked at their D-line last year, you know, they were all about 230, 240 across the front. And this year you look at one end is like 165 and one is like 5'8", 180 or 5'10", 185. You know, so they're smaller than they've been in the past, maybe quicker. So they do a lot more stunting and exchanging. So look at this video because this is going to tell the story of how they look different from last year to this year. So what does that look like for us? So let's say we're running a buck and we see that they're going to do some exchanging in the middle. So let's say they want to do an ETX, they want to do an end tackle exchange. Play side is going to be great. They're going to take themselves completely out of the play. Backside is going to be the problem. Well, not so much a problem, but it's going to call to it's going to make us adhere to just like basic fundamentals, which is pop step. So when Eric hammers pop step, pop step, pop step, the reason that he's doing it is this. So let's say that they're going to do an ETX. So they're going end here, tackle around, end here, tackle around. Okay? So on the front side, if the end goes down, he's absolutely going to nail him. And when they go 2 for 2 to the inside, and this guy goes down, he's going to be running right into max right here. So that's good for us, right? On the back side, he's gone. He's going to be stepping down to here. This guy's going to be slamming. So Christian, what we want to do is make sure that you step with that inside foot first. That's the pop step to cut off his inside drive. If he does that, that's great because this guy's going to take himself out of the play. So if they're running like ETX or Tex or NTX against our buck stuff, it's going to be guessing, right? They're just going to be rolling the dice. Either they're going to run into it or they're going to run away from it. But on the play side against buck, we're set. It's going to be the backside that's going to give us some challenges, and the solution is pop stepping. So what does that look like against handback? Let's go bear 402 handback left. So this is normally how we set up our handback. We go 2 for 2, down, down, kick, and he's leading up. Let's say that they run ETX against this. So I'm just going to pull these out for right now, just so you can see this. So we want this guy coming back this way, and we're just going to show you what this looks like on ETX. So the end's going to go first, tackle's looping behind, end goes first, tackle's looping behind. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to go 2 for 2 down here, right? So what's going to happen is this guy's actually going to become the kick out guy, and when this guy goes down, just bury him. So one of the things that when you're facing stunting teams is don't sit and watch and wait for him. Just get off the ball and attack an area and not a man against stunting teams. Then you'll be fine. if you kind of sit and wait and try to figure out what they're going to do, that plays into their hand, and that's going to slow down our offense. So you're going 2 for 2 back this way. This guy's going to loop out here. This guy's going to crash down. So you just want to make sure that everybody's going down and doing their job. And you're not necessarily, when you're going down, you're not necessarily hitting this guy. You're kind of going to an area. If he's gone, someone will show up in their face. This guy's going to pull in the kick. If this guy gets washed, this guy scraping over the top will be the kick. Okay. And if we get into any problems that it doesn't seem that we're getting an advantage by running buck and hand back against a stunting team, then we'll just come up and run zone. Okay. So what you want to do against zone is you just want to, excuse this, against zone, you just want to get off and just create as much movement, get on them before they can get off of you. So we'll take a look at this. We'll show you an ETX versus zone. And we might take this jet left, zone right, Mamba. Kind of like that because we just give him some more eye candy. So we kind of do this here. And we're attacking the zone. And this guy's coming, whoops. This guy's going to come here. This guy's going to come here. This guy's looping to here. This guy's looping up and around to here. Okay. And Eric noticed an interesting thing too with that big 300-pound returning all conference guy. They do a lot of like stunting with him in the middle too. You wouldn't think because he's so big, but he moves pretty well. So just get on bodies. So if this is pop step on inside here, get off the ball, take whoever shows up, take whoever shows up, take whoever shows up. When we're running zone against an ETX or a TEX or an NTX, get off the ball and don't bypass any colors. If any color shows up, just get on it. Okay? So to kind of preview what I just talked about the last few minutes, watch Eric's video. You're going to see how Wrightstown's defense looks different from last year in the state championship to this year versus Luxembourg Casco. Number 2, what is it going to look like for us when we're running our buck and our handback against TEX and ETX and NTX? The most important thing is to take care of backside. Front side, by the principles, everything should just wash down. Make sure that we pop step on the backside to cut off anything that's inside running through. And if we're running zone against ETX and TEX, make sure that you just don't think, don't look, don't watch. Just beat them off the ball and just don't bypass any colors. Okay? All right. Have a good school day, and we will smell you later.